Welcome back to the Renegade Report. I'm Greg Kerr. Happy to have head coach Jeff Chudy on board as we're talking now the second half of their game against Allen Hancock. And we talked about the win, coach, so let's go right to the video and show you. This is the Renegades with the ball. And again, throwing into the win was a very tough proposition. Was this a pick or just an incomplete pass? I couldn't really tell. Ball was on the ground there later on.
No,
looks like an incomplete.
Pass.
Yeah, okay. But again, tough to throw into the win. They got the ball back. They get another fairly long field goal right there. That's about 47 yards. And the guy squeaks that one over. So now it's 13-10. In favor of Hancock at this point. So they come out of the gate and they get the first point second half.
We talked about at halftime, did we want to, kick with the wind and not take the ball because we had won the toss and, our guy, we felt collectively as a group that we would be able to move the ball with the opening kickoff, and unfortunately we didn't get the chains flipped, and so we got stuck behind the chains in that third quarter. And the win, like I said, it was they scored 20 unanswered points, obviously, right. And that was that we got in the hole then. But the win was definitely crazy. I think one other time since I've been coaching, we played in kind of conditions that were similar to that.
Yeah.
That was a playoff game against Canyons, and the wind was even worse. But I didn't know it was 30 miles an hour. I knew it was blowing pretty hard though.
All right, well, let's show you some defense by the Renegades coming up here. Dominic Frash with a nice hit right here, near side.
Dominic's a good player. We've got a lot of young freshman guys. There's Nichols there that are stepping up to the plate.
This one you're not going to like, though. The play action got behind you guys.
That's a coaching mistake. We had we were in a goal line look, and it was poor communication on my part. Actually, we had a kind of a misalignment by the corner, and it wasn't his fault. He should have been playing off and inside, and it wasn't so much the play action that did anything out of the ordinary. It was just we got beat on leverage, and that was something that was just confusion. And so anytime there's confusion, you got to take responsibility as a coach. That you got to eliminate that confusion, and it hurt us. It cost us a big touchdown.
All right, so you're down 20-10. Now Vaughn Richardson comes into the game. We'll go to highlights here. And first of all, Vaughn working out of the shotgun here, and Triton Douglas getting some nice yardage
Triton
here.
really ran well. He's a load. He's a downhill runner. Has good patience on the zone play.
And there's your Richardson TD pass to Derek Vickers, who seems to score every week.
Derek's he's got that ability to score when you get the ball in his hands, and we've got to be able to get ball in his hands more often.
Okay, so it's 20-17 at this point, Coach. And first of all, just tell me the thinking behind the change of quarterback from Steele to Richardson.
Well, we just, we thought it might be a little bit of a spark, and might be a good opportunity for Brandon to just take a deep breath and step back and watch. And it obviously at the end of the day we didn't outscore the other guys, so. We got to score more points than them, and they did a better job executing with the win. And we had opportunities. I think we had a couple overthrows there in the fourth quarter where our guys had some steps on the other guys, and if obviously the wind affected the ball flight, but we got to make those adjustments. So. Hancock did a better job making more plays at the end of the day.
Well, one thing you want to do when you're losing is get the ball back. So your defense certainly stepped up, as we'll show you right here. As they, again, another near interception right here. I know, again, you're still waiting for that first one, and Dominic almost has one right here. Ball just thrown really a little short. He didn't do anything wrong there. Dominic then coming up, slashing in for a tackle for a loss. Like you said, he's really had made a nice impact early on.
Sure.
And then Braylon Lejander, and I know Jordan Nichols in on this play as well, a couple other guys.
Yeah.
So you're really applying the heat there defensively and getting the ball back to your offense. Yeah, Mitchell Sipe as well. So again, the defense, getting you the ball back.
Yeah, it was evident that whoever was moving the ball into the wind was going to have a tough time of it. And we had opportunities, we had possessions, we just didn't do enough with the possessions when we had the wind at our back.
All right, well, let's go to one of those next possessions, and that would be, again, with Vaughn Richardson, a quarterback out of Taft High School, and Richardson going to Johnson right here. Nice ball right there. And then you come down, we're down to the final drive here, and this is the fourth down pass. You talked about the wind, Coach. Sometimes the wind, you say the vertical pass, it could also make it go a little further than you want, not just hold it up. And that one overthrew.
We had a couple overthrows. We had a couple overthrows that our guys had some air between them and the Hancock DBs, but we overthrew it. So at the end of the day, it's incomplete pass. So we didn't make the connection.
All right, so let's take a look at some graphics here. Of course, first the final score is you again end up losing this game by a final of 20-17. Dropping your record to 1-3. As far as breakdown of the statistics of this game, and I'm not much of a stat guy when it comes to this kind of stuff, but as far as what transpired in this game, and again, I think all 37 points, as you pointed out, were with the win behind you in this game. And so I know that sometimes the passing yards and even the percentages can get skewed. I don't know if we're going to that graphic where we have the stats. There you go, right there. 13 first downs to 21. But does anything there jump off the page to you, or when you look at
just
stats,
the final
do you really
scoreboard.
care? Yeah. Do you ever care about stats when you look at them?
Turnovers are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest.
Right.
You got to look at turnovers and penalties, return yards. Mm-hmm. Those are probably the biggest ones.
When you
time of possession,
flip the field in all of those, right?
Time of possession can be not a real big indicator, and how many yards you rush for or throw for. One would lead to believe that if you throw for a gazillion yards, it's going to be a indicator. But really, the primary one's turnovers. Then the second one would be penalties equal to return yards, because those return yards are what flip the chain, so to speak.
Well, here's what I know about stats. Wasco ran for 475 yards last week and lost by 31 points.
So what does that tell you? Don't believe everything you read?
Exactly.
Except the scoreboard.
Except the scoreboard. Let's take a look at so again, you have Canyons coming in here at 6 o'clock. Your thoughts on Canyons?
Canyons turned it over 7 times, so what does that tell you?
Wow.
They 7 times last week.
You think they can bottle that and bring it here?
I hope so. I hope we need to create some turnovers on defense. They turned it over 7 times against Pasadena. They've played a tough schedule. They played Mount Sac, who's undefeated.
They got Mount Sac. They lost to Citrus there.
Yeah, Citrus is a quality team, and Pasadena, I think people got shocked with that score. But when you have 7 turnovers, 6 fumbles that they lost, that's 7 times that you're taking your offense off the field. So not too many teams are going to overcome 7 turnovers and be successful. So, it's just, again, it's creating opportunities for your opponent, and then it's, obviously decreasing your ability to score when you're not playing on the field. You're sitting on the sideline watching. 6 fumbles.
Yeah.
I think they had 5 fumbles in the first half.
Yeah, and they lost them all?
No, they lost. They had 7 turnovers, 6 fumbles lost, and a pick at the end of the game.
Wow. So let me ask you this: even when your defense is playing well, okay, but you don't have any turnovers, you're not flipping the field on those kind of things, and your offense is, I won't say struggling, but certainly not finishing a lot of drives and things of that nature. Do you sometimes look for or try to, maybe go out of your scheme defensively and try to get an explosion play defensively that causes a turnover, knowing that it might be high risk? Anything along those lines?
You can't. No, we don't. That's not my.
Well,
philosophy.
I don't mean high risk like stupid, but I mean will you blitz in a way that we need something here because we need to try to create a turnover?
You blitz to not so much create a turnover as to get off the field. It's create a sack.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing is creating turnovers happen because you put good pressure on the quarterback. It's really hard to pick a ball off when you're blitzing because you're man covering. You, for the most part, you got your back to the ball.
Right.
I think the idea of tackling and gang tackling and holding a guy up and then the second and third guy coming in there and trying to rip and strip, those are the things that you practice on and you sell. And by putting yourself in good drops when you're playing with your eyes on the ball, which is zone defense, and putting good pressure on the quarterback with the ability of rushing 4 guys and playing zone behind it gives you the opportunity, if everybody's on the same page and doing the same, where they're supposed to be at, then you have the ability to make something happen. But turnovers are huge in the momentum part of it all, of the game, and you got to. That's why we film our 7-on-7s and we do the drills that we do. But in terms of specifically trying to change, I think that would be a fake punt or something of that nature to change momentum.
Yeah.
Or some kind of trick play.
But turnovers also defensively, like you said,
No,
you've
it's
avoided
huge.
them, but they can be contagious. You get one, they seem to
without
come
it,
in.
yeah. We hope.
Yeah.
We need them in droves.
Yeah, you know, droves.
Yeah.
How about as far as you look ahead to this week? And last week I didn't get much of an answer, and I probably won't this time because Thursday practices, as you tell me, are very
Thursday's an
important.
important day
But
for
where
us.
are you on quarterback right now as you head into this week?
We got it, like a lot of different positions on our football team. We got to play better there.
Mm-hmm.
We're not playing at a level across the board, offensively and defensively, that we need to be at in order to be successful with the people that we're playing. We're playing good people. We're not playing. I saw your deal with our volleyball team. Santa Barbara City's a good team. They're ranked 8th in the state. We're not playing any patsies right now, so
Right.
it's a situation where we've got to be able to on all cylinders. And although we improved in some areas, it wasn't enough. And so we're in a situation where collectively as a group, as a team of 60 guys right now, that's 11 on offense and 11 on defense, we've got to play better. And there's obviously a sense of urgency amongst all of us, coaches and players, that has to happen because everything that we do that's a mistake is critical, and it can bite you when you play a good opponent. We had to burn a timeout that cost us probably 40 seconds. And it would have been nice to have the 40 seconds back at the end of the game. That was, and just like the communication gap, those things have to get. Game 5 now. That was game 4. Our season is halfway done right now, coming up Saturday. So we've got to do a much better job coaching, and that's got to trickle down to the players playing and execution. So
Okay. We've now got about a minute left before the break. So let me ask you. I talked to you Monday, and you didn't know about Tarek's health. Where is he right now?
I haven't talked to Fred since. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. So I don't know.
Has he practiced?
He's taken a few snaps.
So
there you have
are
it.
you basically? I know you're not going to give me a name.
No,
So just
I'm
tell
not
me,
giving you a
is
name.
it wide open? 4
Yeah.
quarterbacks? Any of the 4 could start?
Sure.
Are you letting me give the answer, or are you going? Or
No,
is that
I'm
for
telling you,
real?
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. In your mind, though, is it down to fewer than 4?
No.
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 Okay.
No. We gotta get better.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking, because last week I didn't ask.
Hey, don't take
then
it
I saw
personal.
Brandon Steele. I didn't take it personal. I just saw Brandon Steele on the field. I was going, wow. So there you go. It's all right.
Somebody's got to start.
Somebody's
but I
got to
don't-
start.
right now.
There you go.
It's mystery.
All right. Well, it's 1 of 4, so we've narrowed
There
that
you
down.
go.
We've solved it. It's going to be 1 of 4.
25% at somebody.
There you go. This week it is 6 o'clock. This much we know. 6 o'clock, Memorial Stadium, as Canyons comes to town. We want to thank Jeff Chudy for his time. When we come back, Jeremy Stott's pulling in. We'll see you in a moment.